Hey everybody, it's a Review Revolution back at you again with the next in the DC Comics 75 Years of Superpowers Wave 13. Today we're taking a look at the Metropolis kid, Superboy. The Superboy from the Reign of the Supermen Superboy. Very, very cool. Packaging, standard fare for kind of the new DC Universe Classics stylings. Nothing different at all. We're all back up to speed, I'm sure. Got the wonderful air holes. I love the air holes. Something about the air holes. I like the air holes. The button that comes with the figure, very kind of Superboy kind of moment. Includes collector's button. On the back, the other figures are in the set. Of course, we've done Negative Man. We've done Blue Devil. Cheetah is done, and we're hitting up middle with Superboy. Cyclotron, Blue Beetle, and Donna Troy are yet to come, and then of course we'll see a very impressive Trigon when he's all said and done. Very cool. Again, there's a picture of Superboy from Reign of the Supermen, kind of the 90s style of Superboy. His biography, Superboy is a clone created by Project Cadmus. We all know Cadmus, don't we? To replace the Man of Steel, believed killed in the battle with Doomsday. Unable to genetically engineer Kryptonian DNA, Cadmus instead bioengineered the Teen of Steel with the genetic material from the later director Paul Westfield. The young hero tends to think with his fists rather than his head, but tries to make Superman proud of him. Statistics, first appearance, The Adventures of Superman, number 500, early June 1930. Early June. It wasn't late June, it was early June. That's kind of interesting. Real name Connell or Connor Kent. Occupation adventurer. Base of operations Metropolis, aka the Metropolis Kid, or the Teen of Steel, or Superboy. Special abilities tactical telekinetics, which replicate many of Superman's powers. Can disassemble objects by touching them. So I guess the bullets bouncing off, the flight, bending steel, all those kind of things, all done telekinetically rather than just with flat old superpowers. Whatever explanation you want to give, guys. That's a quick look at Superboy in the pack. Let's take a moment, pop them open, have some fun. Be right back. Alright everybody, thanks for sticking around. We've got Superboy open and busted out of the pack, and I am really, really glad that they decided to go with this style Superboy. Even though it probably would have been easier to do a more modern Superboy with just his jeans and t-shirt, throwing this all the way back to the Reign of the Supermen, not only is it a real treat for me, because of course, I read these titles, I have that first appearance issue somewhere tucked away, but more importantly, it really gives a very interesting insight into comic characters, comic designs, and just the things that were hot at the time. When we look at Superboy here, a fantastic character. This is definitely probably one of my top figures in this wave. He is fantastic. But when you look at him, he came out in his first appearance, I think, was in 93, as it said, and at that time, McFarlane and Liefeld and kind of the Wonder Boys that started the Image, were kind of setting the standard for character designs. And so for the early, all the way up through kind of to the mid 90s, this bodysuit, this jumpsuit, the traditional Superman superhero spandex covered by some kind of jacket was very hot in the design. Rogue had hers. Gambit, who was showing up the early 90s, got his trench coat with the same kind of theme. So seeing this particular kind of Superboy, it's just great, because again, it definitely tells you, it gives you some insight as to what the style of hero was like back then. Nowadays, again, he's just pretty much in his jeans and t-shirt, but when he first came out, oh yeah, he was following a fad. And a very nice character. I'm not happy about how they've changed him around. I think that if he had just been a straight clone of Superman, kind of the rightful heir of Clark Kent, I think that would have been great. Just kind of bringing him back in to go through and say, well, no, he doesn't really have Kryptonian powers. Yeah, it fills in a lot of gaps and keeps them from just cloning Kryptonians indefinitely. But, to make him the only actual successful clone and making him unique, one of a kind, true Kryptonian, and again, an actual copy of Superman just raised in a modern world, I think would have been very cool. There are some really nice touches here that really, I think that's where they really want to go with it, because there's some touches when you look at his original design that just call out that this was going to be kind of the Superboy raised in the 90s, the Superman for the new millennia, if you will. First off, of course, he's got the regular Superman suit with the S. He's got the blue and the red, little spots of yellow thrown in, but also, very pronounced amount of black. Black was not a prominent color in the Superman of, the iconic Superman. So that was something that definitely modernized him a bit. The sunglasses, take them or leave them. They look a little small on his face, so I'm not all that big a fan of them. Underneath, you can see his eyes, but apparently they seem to be looking up into somewhere, so I probably best just leave them as is. Sticking with the face, one of the other key things that really kind of bring him in line and make him kind of a nice successor to Superman is when you look at his hair. On just the regular Superman just has a little curl. Just one little curl that hangs down. But here, Superboy's hair, the way it hangs and where it's parted, the whole thing is the S. So he has the same kind of like curl in the front, but it's actually the whole side of his bangs and so forth. That's actually kind of neat. And then, of course, finally, Superboy doesn't wear a cape, but he does actually have this jacket, which has kind of the windswept open look, so that, no, it's not a cape, but he still has kind of that fluttering fabric that kind of gives him a little bit more of a grand presence. Very nicely very dynamically sculpted, I might add. Looks really good. It's something where it's not the same piece because the arms are sculpted as sleeves. So just like Mr. Terrific, it's got the plastic body piece over it and then sleeved arms. But this is a completely different jacket from Mr. Terrific, and just so nicely done. I think this is beautiful. And of course, as you probably saw several times now, the S on the back of the chest, just like the S that Superman has on the back of his cape. Looks great. As far as the figure itself goes, one thing I really do like about this one is that considering that he is a pretty modern mold, the head is on a full ball joint. So in a moment of being kind of teasing us, they've actually given us a Superboy with a full ball jointed head. Oh, I hate that. In this case, I hate this because I know that none of the other ones are going to have that. That is such a tease. The arms, of course, come out again. Twist the bicep, elbow, wrist. He has the crunch. Actually, that's the first time I've tried the crunch, so that looks pretty good. Twist at the waist, right below the belt. Legs come up, out again. Has the traditional joint at the leg, unlike Cheetah. So, very nicely put together there. He's got kind of this band on his thigh, which looks like it's trying to hide the joint at the thigh, right here, the cut. It's not bad. A little bit more work, kind of lining up a little bit more, but still, for the overall appearance, that's just the way it should be. Knee, and of course, foot. And for the most part, the paint applications look fine. No bleeding. Doesn't really see too much through from the yellow, which is always an area of concern for me. But fantastic figure nonetheless. Great, great, great. And again, a nice way of rounding out the Teen Titans. It's something where, for anyone who hasn't read yet or doesn't know yet, Monday, the 29th, I believe it is the Cyber Monday for Mattel. So far, I mean, I've not really seen a whole lot that I'm after. I'm hoping they bring back that Lobo. I'm going to grab that one if they do. But they are releasing or re-releasing the 2-pack with Starfire. So it's something where, you know, with Beast Boy, Cyborg, Donna Troy, Robin, and Superboy, of course, getting that Starfire is going to be like a definite to round out the Teen Titans. And then, of course, Raven, who's just come out. Along with Superboy, of course, in the box, we do get the left arm of Trigon, which I'm not sure if it's this wristband he's got, but this arm actually looks kind of stumpy. It looks kind of short. I'm not too sure what that is. We'll see what it looks like when it's all put together, but yeah, considering his entire forearm is covered by this band, I don't know. I kind of get this. I kind of get this real stumpy arm feeling. Maybe it's just me. But that's a take a look at the DC Universe Wave 12 Superboy from Reign of the Supermen Superboy. Hopefully we'll get a re-release of Steel, because now that's the only figure that I'm missing to complete the Reign of the Supermen. But I certainly thank everybody for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.